Guten Tag. This is the Stowa Partitio automatic. Now this particular one is not your everyday Stowa Partitio automatic. This is the I keep wanting to pronounce it really properly. Stowa, I think. Stowa automatic Partitio vintage limited black. Now only 100 of these were made. So these are pretty rare, and it took me several months to find this particular one. So let's have a look at it. It's it's arguably, well, no, I don't need to argue about it because it's me saying it. It's my opinion. I think it's one of the prettiest watches I've ever seen. Actually, I've had a Stowa before. I had the white one. If you look through my channel, you'll see my review of that. This black vintage limited black is something else. It's a bit reflecty though, so I apologise for the reflections. Now, what is it that differentiates this from the normal Stowa Partitio? Well, first off, it has vintage Superluminova. That's the key everyday difference that you're going to notice. So if I bring that in nice and close, you can see that the Loom on the indices and the hands is aged, looks aged, and it's a really good colour. It's a really good aged colour. A lot of you do get many aged Superluminova deals going on that kind of look a bit, I don't know, looks a bit wannabe, whereas this really does look the part. Really nice vintage look to the Loom. The other difference is the back. You get exhibition case back on this. This was how they were made. 100 of these with exhibition case back. Sapphire crystal on the case back. Sapphire crystal on the front as well. Slightly domed sapphire crystal. Can you see there? So that's probably why it's so reflecty. And on the back, we've got sapphire crystal as well. And in there is an ETA 2824-2 movement, but not just any old ETA movement. It's a top movement. Now, I didn't know about all this stuff before, but there are different grades of ETA movements. So I'm going to be really nerdy here and tell you as if I know it all, but I don't. I'm reading it off the internet. So a standard ETA 2824-2 is a nice movement. You get it in a lot of watches. It's not rare. It's relatively common, and it's a good movement. It's popular for a reason. So that's the standard grade. Then you get an elaborated grade of the same movement. And this grade is adjusted in 3 positions, specified with an average of plus or minus 7 seconds per day, whereas the standard is adjusted in 2 positions, specified with an average rate of plus or minus 12 seconds a day. Now this is the top grade. Now this grade can be adjusted in 5 positions, specified with an average rate of plus or minus 4 seconds per day. So it's for watch nerds, I think that's quite satisfying. This is the top ETA grade. There is a chronometer grade. That's a whole different ball game. I'm not going to go into that, but this isn't that. So what have we got in here? Now we have on the back, it says waterproof 5 atmospheres. That's 50 meters. Then it says made in Germany, Stowa since 1927. They're a well-established, well-respected brand. Partitio up there, automatic with a C, interestingly, stainless steel. I say interestingly because automatic on the back in English, on the dial, automatique with a K. Just a point of interest. Then on the rotor itself, we have Stowa, and it says 25 joules, Swiss made, and then printed on it Partitio Vintage Limited Black, number 32 of 100. So this is a rare beast, 32 of 100. Now it's automatic, as I said. We've seen the rotor rotating, haven't we, in the back? You can hand wind it, I think. The crown is a lovely affair. It has the logo, it's pretty deeply put into there. Nice chunky crown, good to grip onto. Clicks. There's only one click, so there's no ghost position when adjusting that some movements have when there's no date. They just don't bother removing the date from the movement, but this has no date at all. And it's hacking. As you can see, the second hand has stopped when I pulled it out, put it back in, and away it ticks. Now the Stowa Partitio dial is it a Bauhaus style? Yeah, I'm going to say it's a Bauhaus style. It's minimalist, but beautiful, beautiful, I should say. So let's have a look at it in detail. We've got these beautiful syringe hour and minute hands that reach. The minute hands reaches right out to the outer track. Can you see if I focus there? Reaches right out to the outer track there. The hour hand, I do apologise for the focus. It's a tricky business getting close in on watches. The hour hand reaches up to the hour. The second hand, if you notice, is ticking away, and that reaches right out to the outer track too, and has no counterbalance, which is an unusual little feature. Around the outside we have this white track with 60, 5, 10, 15, etc. And that's all the way around and perfect, and it sort of frames the dial. It gives it, oh man, focus is annoying. Gives it an edge, delineates it, makes it nice, quite a nice wide dial face. Then we've got the indices themselves, absolutely classic. Just a really nice font, aren't they? They're a really nice font, and they're all filled full of vintage Superluminova. Then underneath the 12, the Stowa Automatique, and the Stowa is the old logo, which is very desirable and very nice. And at the bottom there, Partitio, and that's it. Right down at the bottom, where you would normally see Swiss made. This isn't Swiss made, it's made in Germany. There's no mention of that, but it did say on the back, didn't it? The bezel is shiny, quite small. It's quite a thin bezel. There's not a lot of it, so it's kind of an all dial watch, which makes it nice to wear. So it's a 37mm dial. Get my trusty ruler. So yeah, 37mm across there, which is a beautiful size. And given that it's got a thin bezel and the outer track that reaches right to the edge, it makes it wear relatively large. I'll show you on my wrist in a minute, except for the fact that it's got an 18mm lug width. So the straps that you get on it are modest. Now, in terms of thickness, it's quite, well, it's not chunky. It's not thin. In between. Chin or thunky. Let's say 1 centimetre, just under. And lug to lug. Now the lugs are quite protrudy. They're quite straight out and long. Lug to lug is 47mm. 47mm. So quite wide. Let's put it on and you can see it on my wrist. So I have a 7.5-inch wrist, quite big, and that looks the business. Nice and thin. It sits just perfectly. It's very, very comfortable watch to wear. The strap itself is unique to this limited edition, and it's a hand-stitched vintage leather Stowa branded leather strap, and it says there, what does that say? Don't know what that says. I can't read it. Nope, anyway. And then here it says Stowa. Okay, so that does say Stowa. I'm going to take it off camera because that's really strange. What does that say? No, don't know. Sorry about that, folks. Down at the clasp end, we have a couple of keepers, one floating, one fixed. A little bit of cream stitching that goes really absolutely perfectly with the vintage Superluminova. And then on the buckle, it says Stowa. And on the underside, it says inox, which, as we all know, is a type of cow. I'm kidding. It's the stainless steel, isn't it? Okay, there we go. One last thing that I need to mention is the Loom. Now this is, well, Superluminova is good. And this has got loads of it. Right, I'm going to turn off all my lights. Bear with me for this super slick professional effort. Let's get that in the... Right, I've turned the lights off, but I didn't charge it up. So hang on, let me just get it really charged up. I'm still here, folks. I'm just not very good at this bit. My setup is not suited to Loom shots, but there we go. So I mean, it's not. I haven't made it super dark, and the camera is compensating, but you can see the Loom is strong. The Loom is strong with this one, my child. And it goes all night. You know, it's good, genuinely good to read, easy to read all night long. And if you're a Loom fiend like me, that's important. Right, there we go. That is the limited edition Stowa. Oh, it's a bit of a mouthful. I keep forgetting. Stowa Partitio Vintage Limited Black. Oh, that's a lovely thing. That I could just sit and watch it. Should we just sit and watch it? Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Click like. Put a comment in the bottom. That would be great. We'll have a chat about the watch. Have a look around my channel. I do other watches and knives and EDC stuff. Yeah. It's nice, this one. Nice watch, this one. I like it. Anyway, see you soon.